on Doom Omega. It's 9 a.m. on Saturday, November 29th, 2025. That's all for now. Hope you all enjoy the loveliest of lovely days. You were expecting 2-bit, were you? Well, hello! 2-Bittington here. And I want to inform you all that I recently cameoed in the last video on the channel, playing Tip Top in 2-Bit's, stream, highlights line. Oh yes, stream highlights for Banjo-Tooie. So when you have time, why not check out the video, and maybe the Banjo-Kazooie compilation video as well. Did I do it right? You really could have done that better. Now get out of here. Yes, okay, well, you don't pay me. Haha, I'm so funny and stupid. Today, we are back in Animal Crossing. So, we're giving the grand tour. Now, for those who missed the first one, my island is based on Sonic Adventure primarily. So this right here, this would be Tails' workshop. But not all of it is based on Sonic Adventure. This room is actually based on my own Sonic fan game. Yes, where Tails actually has, like, a living space inside his workshop. Hello there, Spot. Pet my dog. Tails was hacking Eggman. The room based on the actual workshop is through here, where I attempt to recreate the garage space from Sonic Adventure, though with a bit more detail, obviously. If you could compare it to a picture of that interior, you'd be like, oh, okay, so, like, this is the opening of the garage. That clock up there is actually the weird red thing on the wall. And this is his busted space shuttle. Tails has a busted space shuttle. Stop surveilling me with your camera. Bad boy. Now the back room is one of the few entirely original areas on the island. I call this the Memorial Room. This is where we remember villagers that used to live here but moved away. And Gracie and Jingle for some reason. My first villager on the island was Louie here, who is basically Donkey Kong. And we had the likes of Marshall, one of those majorly popular squirrel villagers. We had the clown Marcel. We had Lucky over here. The undead mutt. And we also had Coco, the other creepy villager. I don't remember this ostrich. If we actually do more videos on Animal Crossing, maybe I'll go into more detail on some of the design decisions. Alright, let's rip off the band-aid and visit the most disastrous room of the house. This room was my attempt at doing a Space Colony Ark area. Like, these pufferfish are supposed to be gun beetles, I guess. I guess you're supposed to be a hunter robot. But overall, there wasn't much I could do to really recreate Gun. Initially, there was like a wall that I put in front of the door, and the only way in would be through the warp pipe. But that grew tiresome, so I took that wall out. It's called Animal Crossing because the animal villages keep coming and then moving away. I mean, they used to. In New Horizons, you actually have to give them permission to move out. So, you could say that I banished all those villagers. Alright, this basement area is actually based on my unfinished second fan game, where there's like a whole level underneath Tails' workshop called Tech Tunnels. And they lead to the Tornado 2 runway, as briefly seen in Sonic Adventure 1. But instead of the Tornado 2, he's got a helicopter and a spaceship. Oh well. But yeah, Tails is a bit of a slob, isn't he? Oh, he's rich! He's got gold! Oh, I have another memorial poster up down here. Matilda. Alright, now let's get out of here before one of my villagers break into my house. And so, exiting the workshop, we are here in the Mystic Ruins. This rock is supposed to be the Ice Stone. Or the Windstone. Right, the Windstone. I'm going to replace that rock with a rupee after the 3.0 update arrives. It'll look much nicer. Nice green rupee. But for right now, the best I've got is a rock. Oh, there's a tornado too. Yeah, little tornado too. We've got the iconic runway with the palm trees, except I couldn't get real palm trees up here. But hey, runway lights. There you go, it's pretty. And so down here, well, this spot marks where the Egg Hornet comes to battle Tails. Yes. And Sonic. Hi, Tails, what's up? So yeah, very nondescript area, but I mean, it's the Mystic Ruins. It's a pike. Think the swordfish would be up for a duel? I kept the island pretty simple in a lot of ways, so that it would be easy for me to, like, live in. There's a lot of people who design their islands so much that there's no space to walk. So this here would be the cave entrance to Windy Valley. And those fish on top of the cave are supposed to represent the air fleet from Sonic Heroes. Pretty much. Except for that centipede, which is supposed to represent the centipede robot from Windy Valley. You get back here. The most I can do for Windy Valley is this windmill. And this totally Chaos Emerald. Yes, this is totally a Chaos Emerald. And this would be where you're supposed to put the Windstone to get in. It's not a grave, it's a little ruin thing. It's not a grave. Ignore Shadow's containment unit up there. And up here we have the Chow Egg. That's supposed to be behind the waterfall, but I can't put things behind the waterfall. And so, if we go over here... Oh, here's the ledge where the emblem is located in the original Sonic Adventure. But I didn't put an emblem there. That's silly of me. We have an unbreakable fence back here, which is another reference to the fan game. On this island, the Chow Garden is through here. And the stuff on top of this cave, I don't know, I just felt like putting stuff up there. Alright, this here would be the Chow Garden. We got a ball for the Chow to play with. Although the only Chow we have is Amachow. And I guess this gyroid kind of looks a little bit like a Chow or a Coco. Got the mine car leading in, but some jerk filled it with rocks. Just got a couple balls for them. Palm tree, because that's where they got their fruit. And a Princess Peach cameo. So this lake would be where Sonic and Tails and Knuckles fought Chaos 4. And these lily pad tables are to represent the lily pads that you had to jump on to avoid drowning. I don't actually know why there's a red fish here. Maybe it's supposed to be a chopper. A whole bunch of rocks over there, which are supposed to represent where the cave to Angel Island blows up. I don't know why it blows up. Why did it blow up? I had to take some liberties on the layout, because, like, there's only so much space, right? The campsite here represents the Explorer's Camp from the Mystic Ruins. And then a table here just representing a bit of humor from the fan game. And these little Amachow signs represent where Tikal, her little spirit ball, would be found. So we have one next to the train station. And I guess the Amachow up there represents Tikal at the entrance to the jungle, where she goes, 2 stone statues, the door to the past. I just have some robots around for no reason. Maybe they're supposed to be the E-Series robots. But here we have the minecart leading into the jungle. Gamma cameo. Hi, Gamma. That would be the first of the stone statues on that ledge up there. And this lighthouse is just supposed to be Final Egg. This is all the space I have for Final Egg. And so, you know, the jungle in the Mystic Ruins is just kind of a maze of trees. So that's pretty much what we have here. I have to pick up these mushrooms. Oh, we have some moto bugs hiding back here that we can barely see. We go through the jungle and we find Big's place. Big's house. Yep. And there's even Froggy! Froggy! Big actually has my mailbox, so I'll have to check the mail. It's, really, really hard sometimes to tell someone how you feel. Face to face, I mean. So I decided to put my feelings in a letter. Okay, here goes. I'm happy you're my friend. This here would be the actual pyramid for Lost World. Yeah, as best as I could recreate it. And there's an evil dung beetle about to roll the boulder on us. No! Even more no when you realize what that boulder actually is! And this here would be as much room as we had for Sand Hill. The sandboarding segment for Tails. That would be the Chaos Emerald he finds there. This is Lucky's proper memorial. His grave. There's the second gold statue. I moved it to the back so you could actually see it. And this throne is actually supposed to represent a whole building from the fan game, the Chaos Shrine. And when we come over here, we come to actual Angel Island. We got all these mushrooms for Mushroom Hill just because there are so many mushroom items. And then we have Ice Cap with the snowboard and all the ice items. Unfortunately, the snow has to be represented by sand, but oh well. The whole island will be covered in snow in just a few days. There's the Chaos Emerald from Ice Cap. So this section right here would be the Caves of Red Mountain. With their skeletons and their weird prisoners trapped in the cage. What'd you do, Mr. Bear? What'd you do, man? And the music that plays from this radio was the first music track I got in this save file. So I immortalized it here. KK Rally. What's my island's name? Well, I didn't name it Station Square or the Mystic Ruins because I didn't know that I would actually follow through on the theme. So the island is named after all of my previous Animal Crossing towns, which were all named Doom. Because they were all doomed to be abandoned one day. Dark humor. This would be Doom Omega. The last one. But here we have the Master Emerald Shrine, which has taken a couple forms over the course of this island's life. I'm gonna walk all over Knuckles and steal the Master Emerald. Oh yes, and here's Knuckles' grapes, which are actually canon to the Lego set of Angel Island, so yes, you must include the grapes. So here we go up the steps and we reach the train station. And around the island, you'd see these little presents. I don't remember what's inside them. They were meant for visitors to the Dream Island version of this. I think most of them have tools in them, so that you could just tear the Dream Island apart if you want. Alright, so here's this rest stop waiting for the train. Oh. And down here would be the boat dock, where you would take a raft to reach the crashed egg carrier. But all we have is a floaty. And so I cross the train tracks. And here we have the best facsimile I could get for a train, with all the various passengers who are riding on the roof of the cars for some reason. Yes, Choo-choo! And I don't know. This strip of land up here is just... I don't know. It's extra land. So I put like a little advertising section here. Chaos Cola! And then I didn't really know what to do with the rest of this space. But here's the hidden Chow Box, so you can get to the Chow Garden in Sonic Adventure 2. Me no talk good. So we go through, and we reach the train station, or the best I could get for the train station. We got some luggage to illustrate that point. We got a train set. We got Mario, which is, again, a reference to the fan game. And the fact that Mario's in the game tells you why you can't play it anywhere. And these chairs are actually more of a reference to Kingdom Hearts than Sonic. I just think about Roxas, Axel, Shion sitting on the ledge of the train station. It looks like it would be a clock tower or how a clock tower. So the town hall itself is the building representation of the train station. And our noble town flag is the Sonic Adventure disc case. Behold! It's my best way of doing a salute. Good morning! Gotta go faster, faster! Sometimes, when I can't wake up in the morning, I run in circles and scream really loud for a few minutes. I will scare you. Ah, she's trying to scare me back! So this would be the little girl waiting for her dad in Sonic Adventure. And yeah, we are out in the actual city now. This little slip of whatever here is supposed to be the ID card to get into Speed Highway. And basically, in order to recreate this stuff, well, I couldn't really give the street the curves that I would want, because I'm not really enough of a street artist, per se. But, like, in terms of, like, the traffic lights, the street lamps, I took a bunch of pictures of the game in order to get things as accurate as I could. Like, even the fire hydrants, they are exactly where they would go. So, from here, I guess we'll go to the left first. And here we have the hotel area. This would be the actual swimming pool area, complete with the Chaos Emerald that Tails starts the game with. And the custom umbrellas that I tried to make as accurate to the game as possible. And Sonic could just lay back here, figure that Eggman's learned his lesson. I guess these dolls are supposed to represent, like, the guy and his two girlfriends or whatever. I don't know. There are a couple different groups of people that turn up in the hotel. I guess this TV is supposed to be like the monitor at the entrance to the Emerald Coast. But this here would be the Station Square Chow Garden. Yeah, I didn't have a lot of room for it. Got a trumpet for the Chow to play with. Now they get to ride a tricycle. Another ball. This is the best I could do for the pool inside the Chow Garden. And the actual Chow is inside this doghouse. They've gone a bit feral. Anyway, we are fortunate that Flo is home because her house is the actual interior of the hotel. So inside we have this gnome representing the guy behind the desk. We've got these coins representing the ring trails to the crystal ring, which is way up there. Here's the elevator leading to the Chow Garden, and the elevator leading to the Chaos 2 boss fight. And there's Flo. Sprinkles are for winners. That's right, she's Flo from Progressive. She became a furry. Whoa, Lucky! Did you make those clothes yourself? Awesome! Yes, I made these glasses myself. You just made whatever popped into your head and it came out that good? Serious talent, chill! Oh, this button must be the switch to make the ring trail appear. And then I just needed a person. I put a person on the steps. Yeah, these are supposed to be the steps to the button. I did my best. They don't actually have a staircase that you can put in the middle of your house. Get on that, Nintendo. We found another Chow box. Now, this space here is more villager memorial. We got a memorial for Maple, who moved out early on, and she used to wear this Alice in Wonderland dress. And we have a memorial for Matilda, who also moved out. And then this workbench was just the first workbench I had on the island back in 2020. So I left it here forever. It was also close to where my house originally was. So here we are in Emerald Coast, I guess. We have some fish that Big fished up, I guess. And, you know, some nice beach stuff that Sonic tends to wreck with his homing attack. And I pick up those coins. You can pass through them, and they disappear for a little bit. But the coins are, you know, they're furniture items, like a lot of the items in Animal Crossing. Then the rings are custom design patterns that I put underneath the coins, because this is a Sonic world. And this little cube, I guess, is supposed to be a Sonic item box. Way back here is my blue flower stash. And I guess... oh, this would be the whale for Emerald Coast. We can't get a killer whale, but we can get a whale shark. So he's the killer whale, charging at the bridge. You have to hurry across and hit the springs to escape. Here's another chopper. The Emerald Coast Lighthouse. But you'll notice, if you've been here for... oh yeah, and Tails is passed out on the beach. And now I'm passed out on Tails. You'll notice, due to the nature of this being an Animal Crossing island, Emerald Coast feeds into the Mystic Ruins jungle. It's all connected. Oh, excuse me, there's a present on a balloon. I'm gonna shoot it down since I'm streaming. We're not gonna have any annoying balloons. Office desk? Who would tie an office desk to a balloon? We have here a little shop. Little ring shop. Oh! These bunk beds are actually a reference to Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. To the opening of the show, where Sonic and Tails are sitting in kind of the... sleeping in kind of these bunk, hammocks? And then the alarm clock goes off, and they're off and running! And, you know, I needed to put my farm space somewhere, so this is where my farm space went. I guess the airport is supposed to be the dock that leads to the egg carrier. And Sonic is here to welcome visitors coming through the airport. But I also put a boat out here to represent that further. And then we have the missile! The missile that Eggman called upon to destroy Station Square. It's been disarmed. Take that, Eggman. Alright, so here we have the best I could do for Twinkle Park. Yeah, I mean, there's only so much space, and I mainly wanted to focus on the fishing area so that I would have a pond for pond fish. Bowling pins for the bowling area inside Twinkle Park, but... you know, I expected them to have a bowling pin item because of, it was in New Leaf, and that's one of the items they never brought back. So I was forced to use a custom design to represent the bowling alley. Carousel. Twinkle Circuit. The best I could do for having a racetrack, you know, in the space that I have. And we got the Hall of Mirrors that Amy visits during her trip to Twinkle Park. So I stuck Amy in the mirror. I guess the piano represents how, like, the music sounds like someone's playing a piano. Play GTA Online. No. I would like to actually play Sonic Adventure, but this is the closest I can get. I guess this would be the Jet Anklet. I had to put the Able Sisters somewhere, so they're just kind of in the space where Speed Highway would be, because I didn't know what to do with them. The Mantis is, again, representative of Fangame. Yeah, this would be the newsstand. You need a new news story. Stream attack. I'm so distracted that I don't know where I am. This section would be, Speed Highway Day section. With the bells and such. And this would be just a residential area because I need my villagers. Okay, this would be the other section of Station Square. Hey, Raymond. Yeah, this'll really get me in trouble. I have a Raymond. They're bored and they want to mess with someone. It's a shame because all I was doing here was showing off my island, showing off my love for Sonic Adventure, with how much detail I tried to put into the island. And people just came to hassle me. I'm gonna chill with a coffee. Hey, Brewster. I need some coffee. I was hoping I'd see you today. Care for some coffee? It's 200 bells a cup. I'm gonna need them. Sure. Brew this cup especially for you. Drink up, Goo. It's too hot, I tells ya. He's gonna kill me. I've been through his whole arc, so he doesn't freak out as much anymore. Oh wow! The flavor expands at this cooler temperature. Some mornings I enjoy a cup of black tea, but this is a coffee morning for sure. It's time to get motivated. Yes, it's time for me to get motivated to finish the tour. Actually, I'll pass. It's on sale, but I don't have the money right now. Since this is the shop, it is a reference to the shop within Station Square. I stuck some shoes up here to be the Lightspeed shoes. And we got the junk that's in the front window of the shop, which is like a radio, a fossil, and the Choway, which is actually a lamp. But yeah, the villager houses kind of move us off script quite a bit. So I, just gave each villager their own little area. So Cookie has her area here. Hello, Rod. R. And then Ribbot has this small area. Ribbot is probably going to be moved out to make room for somebody else. Mainly because I have his amiibo card, so I can summon him back whenever I want. Raymond's house, which I can't enter, is the burger shop. It's one of only 2 houses that I redecorated the inside. And this gnome is supposed to be the statue in front of the burger shop that you could pick up and run around with in Sonic Adventure. And just a little cameo of Amy, Birdie, and Birdie's Chaos Emerald. How many Chaos Emeralds does that make? Is that all of them? And I think there's one more. Savannah's space, a little library. Just a quaint little library. Yeah, Stitch's house with his little stuffed animals. Coming back to earlier in the stream, this little silo is supposed to represent another building from the Fangame. This chair basically represents where Louie originally lived. Well, anyway, this space, the museum is actually supposed to be the town hall. And this would be the space where you fought Chaos Zero in the game. And these would be the inept police trying to get at Chaos. Oh yeah, that would be the stalker girl stalking the guy at the burger shop. The NPCs in Sonic Adventure were interesting, to say the least. Now this just cabin area is probably going to get removed when the update comes. So I don't know if we're going to be able to have stuff on the dock anymore. Nice Stitches. This would be my Sonic Adventure 2 space. referencing like the pyramid, and Shadow's pod, the space shuttle, and another chow box. Oh, and I forgot about this. This is like the power plant from Blue Ridge Zone in Sonic Chronicles. This is the one space of the island that's supposed to be snowy. So I have snowmen. That would be the old well from the Blue Ridge Zone in Sonic Chronicles. That stuff was like north of Station Square, so it's a reference. Some deep cut references. So yeah, just some general Mario stuff. I even put in some Goomba custom designs. Smash them. And I guess this dinosaur is supposed to be Bowser. Maybe that's a 1990-something movie reference. Woo! Now would be a good time for me to duck into the warp pipe, because maybe it'll take me somewhere that I need to go. Yeah, this works. This works. I forgot to go to the Casinopolis area. This would be the road leading Casinopolis. Got the Station Square Diner, which is a building in the game, but it's very forgettable. It's just, you know, a background building. But I gave it an interior. And then a little theater area for the Chow in Space Theater. That's what it's a reference to. And it's always rolling the credits. There never seems to be a movie playing. I guess this building is supposed to actually be the building with the Chow in Space ad on it. The little alleyway. And this nugget is supposed to be the Ice Stone, as opposed to the Wind Stone. I'll have to replace that with a rupee too. Okay. And so my second account gave me the building for Casinopolis itself, which was very hard to do anything with. I mean, there's no slot machines in this game, so what do I got? I've got these bingo wheels, and I've got these pinball tables. And for some reason, there's an information area and a vending machine. Let's see. It's meant to be the actual pinball section. I guess I gave it kind of a space theme with this purple moon to kind of represent Knights. I've never actually played Knights. The saxophones are more a reference to the character that owns the house. You guys know him, he's the Great Gator. This way would be the weird Casinopolis showers. I have no idea why. Hey, stop watching me shower, you pervert. I have no idea why they have showers in the casino. Well, we kind of know why, but it still doesn't make a lot of sense. And the reason why would be the casino's basement. When you lose the pinball game, they drop you in a weird sort of dump/ventilation system or whatever. I don't know what exactly it's supposed to be, but yeah, I just stuck a bunch of garbage down here. We got Tails, because that section of the level is the only one Tails is playable on. And of course we have to have the aliens, because Sonic is just nothing but aliens! It wasn't when I was a kid. And this room would be the vault, which, you know, it's kind of hard to replicate the Sonic Adventure Casinopolis vault. So I just threw in as much rings and coins and gold as I could. And that right there would be the last Chaos Emerald. And then the upstairs would be the upstairs of Casinopolis, which had all of its piratey stuff going on. Its lion statue that crushes Knuckles. Sorry, Knuckles. And some more stuff just representing robots. These puffer fishes keep representing gun beetles and spinners wherever I put them. Forgot the upstairs in my own house. That's kind of what I wanted. Okay, we have hopped up in my references to the egg carrier and other Eggman levels. This is mostly the hot shelter with its aquarium. There's even a space to fish up here, but it's kind of hard to fish up here. It's like if there's a fish, it's often blocked by the lower wall and you can't see it. And, you know, the hot shelter's bathroom. We needed a toilet on the island because reasons. The conveyor belts represent Final Egg, and this little vehicle hangar represents the sky deck. You know, I'm not the most brilliant at these things, but yeah, I did my best. Up here would be the egg carrier Chow Garden, which, yeah, I couldn't do much with, but, you know, got some sand and palm trees for the beach vibes. I guess, yeah, this would represent the final battle. Godzilla has to play the role of perfect chaos. And then we have various little houses because, you know, we have to zoom out. Station Square has been flooded and all. But anyways, I think this will wrap us up for today, having seen basically the whole island. Have a good day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. You should have let me do this stream, old bean. No, you probably would have been worse.